worried and trying to figure out what's going on. But um, as it is the start of Harvest Fest, before we begin anything kind of going there, is there anything you guys want to take care of or look into yourselves before we get into what's happening? Thing you wanted to check in with folks or follow up on things or learn about?
I know. I thought we did that at the end of last session.
Work. I didn't know if you wanted to follow up with anything or continue with anything you had started last time.
I'm trying to remember what I learned from last session. Because I went to the library to research some more of this Shattered Soul stuff and any reports on Rary,
Mm-hmm. And there
which
was,
came out to be like you don't know much.
I mean, like I said, it's like what you would get from a biography of a famous wizard.
Right.
Kind of the footnotes of he was thought to be lost in this expedition, and now you know differently.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I mean, a very famous wizard within the last century. Um, and yeah, it's hard to say. Um, as 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 within the library Lyceum and the library there. Um, oh, great! So I was just told that none of that actually was picked up by YouTube. So
I
What is
think
that?
I think
It's
that
on there.
I would like to speak to Delia about what happened when we went to send Peg back.
okay.
At some point, we need to just let her know that there was a bit of a hiccup, but because obviously I did a sending to her to say there was a bit of a hiccup and that it's just. I told her that I would like explain more when I saw her. So before we do anything,
Sure.
like kick back and relax and go to the festival,
Sure.
I would like to speak to Dahlia.
Yeah. And Delia, I mean, obviously she's eager to know what happened, and just to kind of recap a little bit of that for those of you, it's been a couple weeks. To recap with that, that Peg Prowler, the hag that was attached to the coin of the Dark King, was released from the coin itself. But in that process of doing so, um, up at the hedge maze, the manor house where her family where she had power that she owned. Um, some hags had come through the portal that had opened up and went to attack her and all of you. And you managed to dispatch them and send them back to where they came from. Caretaker was there to kind of help defend her and keep the portal steady and um, help with the transition process there. And took some attacks as well. He did a little bit of counterspelling himself. But the hags were sent back, and the coin was finished being cleansed, and the hag bound to it went back to the Feywild as well. So Delia, of course, obviously passing along what happened, is glad that no one was seriously hurt and that it was successful at least. Um, is there anything else we need to be concerned about or worried about or
Well, one of the hags that came and attacked us I'd seen before Olinger's magic shop. And so that kind of raised a few alarm bells that they've been before and they can come back. So I just wanted you to be aware of it, just in case.
all right? I mean, these kind of beings, they can find a way through. They can, as far as I know, can do so. They can also be summoned. I know that much. I mean, um, potentially if they're known. Technically, I could probably find someone, or when I get stronger, I could probably summon Peg if I wanted to, but I'm not going to because that
No,
wouldn't be.
I don't think she'd appreciate it either. She pretty much said to me that she never wants to see me ever again. So I think probably the same would go for you. I don't know.
I I think she's moved on. I mean, it's she's been here for so long, and uh, I mean, it's not so much that she was cast aside so much, but she was sent on that she wasn't needed. So she'll find something new, obviously.
Yeah.
She's a very old and very um opinionated person.
Yeah.
You have
I mean, I know her well, and obviously we saved her at that point from whatever that was coming for her. The caretaker closed the portal so nothing else could come through, and we dealt with them and sent them back, and then she left. So hopefully that's the last we'll see of her and the others. But it just raised alarm bells that the hag that I had seen before actually, and she changed some pixie children into small dolls, and they were in a doll's house that I bought, and there was a whole big thing, and the pixie queen ended up coming back and taking the children back and stuff. Um, Made for a few interesting days anyway, but
sounds
yeah,
like.
just it's weird.
Hmm. Well, I'm glad it all worked out well. That it's relatively. I'll send some people up to the house to kind of just look it over, make sure it's all intact and there's no problems there. Um, I'm
Yeah,
sure. Yes, we'll send a few folks to just see if there's any lingering traces of problems, or and we'll have some magically inclined people head up there to cleanse it or dispel it or whatever needs to be done.
yeah. Just be careful because
Oh, I'm not going. I'm not
we
going up
were
there.
we accidentally found our way to the Feywild the last time we went there.
If
Um,
there's any portals, I'm sure they'll shut them down or close them
good.
up if it's possible.
Yep,
Um,
good. As long as they
very
know what they're
like
looking for.
well, very likely there's a weak point there. I mean, if something's been attuned to a place for so long, the veil between worlds gets a little bit fuzzy. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's something to watch out for. So we'll make sure it's taken care of. Um,
good.
but you're all right then. Everyone's fine. No one's
Everyone's good, and it's a
okay.
nice place up there. It's a nice looking place.
I've heard that. Someday I'll probably go and see it. And I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have a need to go up there and spend any time. But if I need time away or
Yeah,
need to use it as a place for people to stay, then I will, I guess, be able to do that. I don't know.
yep,
So new to this whole like having resources and stuff.
yeah. Well, I'll get used to it.
That's
For
easier
tourists,
said than done.
for tourists is yours to know, I guess.
I guess. Yeah. Um. The council's been very helpful, and it's good to have people that know what they're doing, because there's a lot of things to keep track of. There's no way I'm going to do all of that.
No, but the fact that you got the good people to help, that says a lot about you and your abilities.
Yeah, I mean, finding the people that know what they're doing is kind of important.
Indeed.
So, anyway, um, well, obviously the festivities are coming up here. The city's going to be prepping for that.
Yep.
But we'll see what we can manage here. A bit of a damper on things right now, so it's hard to drum up festive spirits. But this is the season, so
Yep.
we'll see.
Okay. You have fun.
Oh, of course.
Try. The city is safe for now.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Is it?
I
just
hope so.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I
Well.
mean, we know what we're looking for. We know what to watch out for. We've got more and more people on high alert to keep an eye out for things that might be a
Yeah.
problem. And yeah. So,
Okay. I'll leave you in peace.
oh, the coin. Do you know what it does?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We've got to have a look at it.
Yeah,
Get
who
somebody to
does
look at
have the
it.
coin on them?
Does Lucas have identify?
No, I don't think so.
I might have to take it to Eldon to get it
That's fine.
identified.
Okay. Actually, who is carrying the coin?
I think I've got it in a bag of holding,
Okay.
but unless somebody else grabbed it after we.
I didn't. No, I didn't grab it.
Okay.
Equipment. Hold on, let me look because I don't remember if you gave it to me.
Well, no,
I know I have
it
coin
hadn't
for the
been
rock.
created. Yeah, it hadn't been created last time, so
No, it's not on
Oh,
here.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, then I don't have it yet.
Yeah.
The coin of the hag is what it's called. So,
Nope, I don't have that one.
whoever does hold it, you'll notice that as you do hold it there, if you're not attuned, you'll hear soft mocking laughter.
Oh,
Nope.
is it Peg?
No, well, I mean, not exactly. It's just yeah.
That's horrible.
Every coin as you hold it, there's something. You're holding the coin of chains. You'll kind of feel that you'll feel sort of a ghost impression of coins wrapped around the hand that's holding it, and hear a faint clinking of chains. Coin of shadow, their hands are kind of the hand that's holds it, whatever's holding it there is kind of darkened. Coin of fangs, there's hear a bit of a growling sound. They all have sort of a strange auditory or visual effect to them slightly. The coin of vines, your actually hand turns slightly green as you hold that one, and you kind of, and you see like the trailing vines up the hand holding the coin. Coin of fortune, you hear the spinning of coins, the spinning of a coin, essentially, like spinning on spinning on a table kind of thing, or rattling of dice, one of the two.
Okay.
So, the coin of the hag is just only you just hear a slight laughter from it.
Okay.
Just to put it out there, just so you know what it is. There, you can catch vicious mockery at will, and
Hideous
effectively,
laughter.
Poor Will.
Hideous
Yes.
laughter.
Yes. No, vicious mockery, and then yes, it is considered a magic initiate for bard. You also get message and hideous laughter once per day.
Nice.
So that's the coin of the hag.
Okay.
So yes, that's what it is. Anyway, yeah. So because each coin does give you a free feat. Well, with that though, Lucas, you will find Lindra does have the ring that you requested, and she does sort of like she does because your insight especially. She's a little bit I don't know, hesitant about giving you a ring. But it is what you asked for, so the ring of spell storing is added to your sheet. It doesn't mean anything. It's okay. Although yes, with the with your insight as well, it's more just like doesn't mean anything unless you want it to. Kind of the unspoken part. And there will be one potion of vulnerability as you asked.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think Jim's trying to marry off all these characters.
No, I'm not. I mean, I don't care what you do after you retire. It's fine.
No, she totally got married.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorted, yes.
Well,
Or
not yet because
not yet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Grimbar has the coin of shadows, yes. And Ask has the coin of fang, coin of the fang, or fang claw. Yeah. There's also go ahead.
So Lucas will contact the other members of the party this ring of spell storing. He was a bit worried. He is a bit worried that we don't have any resurrection or raised dead in the party now.
we'll have this nifty little belt.
What does that do?
Oh, we had to give it back. Never mind,
Yeah.
the Death Ward belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Death Ward doesn't bring somebody back if they're dead.
Yeah,
Not fully dead, no, but you know.
no, not at all. It's like, you
So
die,
it
you
only
die.
helps one person and not 5 or 4.
Yeah.
So,
So would you want to get
Um,
like a revivification or revivify cast into it?
I mean, we do have somebody who will cast resurrection if we can take them back to Ravenscrest. The biggest issue there is if it's you that dies, we lose that teleport.
Right?
True, yeah.
So just don't die then. Okay.
Well, there's 2 options. We can put Revivify in it, and a couple of other spells can be worn and attuned, or we could leave it unattuned but put a raised dead in it, and then
True.
if someone died, someone could attune to it. We've got a raised dead.
Yeah.
Yes, but that would be, again, that helps one person.
Can't you just then have a scroll of raised dead though?
Who can cast raised dead? Nobody.
If you're attuned to the spell, ring a spell string, you can cast it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can. No one's got it on their spell slot, so you can't just use a scroll of it.
Yep, that is an issue. There's no
We
wizards.
never had anybody who could cast raised dead.
Again,
Even if Sora was here, she couldn't do raised dead.
I was going to say Sora couldn't cast raised dead anyway.
I'm sure I could revivify.
On the
She
Bard
could.
spell list.
Is it?
Should be.
Oh, okay.
Says it is.
You can cast it, Lucas.
So you could get a scroll and then have the ring as well. That's what I'm seeing at least.
Did not realize it was on.
Oh, hold on. Let me double check that. That's on the. Yeah, it's on the legacy one as well.
I believe in you, Lucas. You can do this.
Raised dead, bard, cleric, paladin.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so I suppose we could just get some scrolls.
Yeah.
And again,
Ring,
the only
ring's
problem
also
there
not a
is
good idea.
the only problem there is if it's you who dies.
Mhm.
Which we could still.
It might be worth putting a teleportation spell in something, whether it be a scroll or something, just in case it is you that dies, so that we can still take you back to get you brought back to life.
Yeah, but who can you cast teleport? You can, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could get one for you.
I thought if it was in a scroll, anybody who had magic ability could cast it. It just had a chance of failing.
No, I think you have to be able to cast a spell, don't you?
Anybody who has any type of casting ability, not necessarily that spell, but could cast spells, can use a scroll.
Don't think so.
If
Because
the spell's
Sora,
on your,
If the
spell's on
spell
your
is
spell
on your
string,
class's spell list,
yes.
but of a higher level, you must make an ability check using
Yeah.
your spellcast ability.
If it's not,
well,
if it's not on your,
Sora,
if it's not on your list, you can't do it at all.
If the spell is on your class's spell list, you can use an action to read the scroll and cast the spell without having to provide any of the spell's components.
then we did Hero's Feast wrong.
Because the
Yeah, it's-
components are used when you cast the spell into the scroll, so that when you cast from a scroll, the components don't need to be used.
Yep.
But yeah, you do have to have it on your spell list.
No problem.
So getting a one-off teleportation scroll for me might be a good idea, just in case anything should happen. But then if you have something with raised dead on it,
Yeah, we could get raised dead scroll.
Right. Well, yeah, it's one of those things that you'll be able to get. Essentially, it'll take a little time. It'll probably be sent to you. It's not just those are powerful. They're going to be sitting around on a shelf typically, but someone can either make one or they have one stored away someplace. So you put it out there. The Lyceum can make sure can delve into their place and get you one of each. So one of you can take a scroll of teleport, one of you can take a scroll of raised dead. Okay.
yeah.
So, yeah, one thing, when Linda gives her the ring and the potion as well, she says she would like to actually see Harvest Fest in Ravenscrest. Um, she's never been to a smaller town. She's only been to only been in the big city for the festivals, and so she's heard that there's more fun things, and she's also kind of wanting to get away from the city for a little bit.
I think we should all go to Ravenscrest.
You're already there. I'm the only one that's not there.
I mean, you've kind of been back and forth a little bit. We'll assume you've been back and forth for a couple of days here. That's why
Okay. Yeah.
time kind of got lost a little bit in the last week or so. And so, but yeah, so as the last days of summer are passing by.
Yeah, that's not a problem. We can go.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and pop ourselves back to Ravenscrest. And we have as I said, the town is definitely picking up. There's an era of excitement and festivities happening. People are decorating. Lots of fall colors are being used in all the decorations and everything. There's a whole just now, just so you understand, Harvest Fest is kind of a mixture of Halloween and Oktoberfest. It's the time of the height of the harvest, essentially. So as they're starting to actually, all the early crops are being, all the spring and summer crops are being, all the summer crops are being harvested. Where the last kind of the late season crops have all been planted, but it's that time when there's just a lot of all the stockpiles have been added. Everyone's essentially, what's happening here? Got two things playing at once. Anyway, sorry. There's just a time of lots of oranges and yellows and greens. The trees are all turning as well. So most of the trees in the city itself are all turning those fall colors. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a little more of a chill in the air, not cold, but definitely the trailing wave of summer. Effectively, everyone here is. Obviously, everyone in the house is happy to see you all back again and spend some more time there. So, in preparation, anything you want to do, or do you want to head straight into the festival and see what's going on?
I'll show Linda around, obviously. She's never been here before.
Oh, yeah.
The house.
Excellent, yeah. So she's like kind of amazed that you guys have a house this big to share, and still the number of people that are here and all the places and things that are here. It's definitely it's an interesting mix, as the house is sort of you have that feeling of people coming and going a lot here. I mean, there's almost no permanent residents. At this point, Eldon and Audrey are sort of like the ones staying here the most, because they've been here, living here for a long time there. Both Sora, what are Catherine and Reese doing? Have they come to go join Sora, or are they staying here to kind of look over the business interests?
So I would think that Catherine would be staying here with Reese for the business part of it, but Iris probably would have gone back to Dulgers.
Okay.
Yeah, Dulgers, because my sister.
Yeah.
Catherine and Reese are still in Ravenscrest.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were still in Ravenscrest.
Yeah, they take care of the business part, the whole warehouse stuff that got put into place here at Ravenscrest.
Yeah, the family business actually has a warehouse up there, and so they're This is kind of a place to store goods coming and going, and
And Catherine was in charge of that, making sure that all the
Yeah.
accountings and the bookings and everything else was done through her.
So did they get their own place, or are they still in our house?
No, they got their own place.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe it's one of these little places, kind of over here. Or
So we've got a few empty rooms then in the house.
there are. And for the most part, probably I would say one of the maybe the room that Catherine and Reese had used, probably being used by Theodore and Akiva.
Okay, then. Yeah,
Kind of,
that makes sense.
um, so that also kind of puts it is did Iris take Chesty with her? Or Chesty
Iris
in the house?
would not know because Chessie belongs to the house. Yeah,
It is-
Chessie.
Jesse's our god dog. I mean,
Okay.
God mimic.
I mean, probably at this point, my Eldon and Audrey are probably taking care of Chesty the most at this point. So,
Yeah,
um,
most definitely.
And if
Yep.
they don't, he'll take care of them.
yep,
He will.
they're
Don't let him
both
stay hungry for too long.
they're both small size.
Yep.
Jesty's growing, still small. I mean, Jesty's about the size of maybe a foot and a half, a little box there. Was the size of a shoebox before. He's a little bit bigger now. So definitely. One of the things you will spot in kind of walking around the city itself, there's definitely it's all clean. You can see street lamps all over, Manatech street lamps on the streets. Out, you can see there's a lot of decorations being done up around the practice yards outside the gates. There's lots of decorations being put up there, market stalls and games being set up out there and everything. There's also one sort of a newer thing is there's actually a mounted presence for the guards now. They are using horses to kind of patrol the outside the city, kind of on the road up and down. As the mayor's brother there, he has sort of released some of the horses that he cares for to be used by the guard themselves, so they can kind of get a little more mobile. And so you'll see them actually riding kind of the perimeter and around the outskirts of the city, usually in pairs. Sometimes groups of 4 will be kind of ranging around the outer part of the city itself. But other than that, I mean, it's the place is growing. There's a number of new smaller houses. Some of the areas are getting a few more cottages, kind of nestled in between. It's not overly crowded yet, but definitely there's less empty space than there was, as it is becoming a more and more populated. Other than that, though, things are looking very similar to how they were. Amethyst, at some point, of course, you'll probably have dinner with Elliot and her father, and invite you and whoever else, probably at the house eventually, which is definitely it's an odd thing, but it's one of those things that, I mean, Elliot is sort of like, I mean, he's coming to terms with the fact that his kids are all fighting people, and
Yeah.
so, although I don't think Riley is ever going to settle down. I don't know about her.
Well, she might be the only straight one.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah, who knows? But I mean, I guess I could talk to him about, everything that's happened with the Delia and the king and everything, and
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely eager for news about that. I mean, he's the Baron of this region here, and it was kind of pointed that, and there is still his advisor slash butler slash whatever you want to call him, who's there, who has that sort of otherworldly fae air about him. It appears to be of elven heritage, but you're not sure exactly. But he's definitely You get the impression he's definitely there to assist. He's there. He has taken up an office of some kind and seems to have an oath for what he's doing. So
Right. Okay.
there's there's definitely everything there seems to be on the up and up. You don't see any sort of weird, sinister or sketchy appearance about him.
Yeah. And I mean, for the most part, I trust Peg that she did things for the right reasons, even if sometimes they were the wrong thing for the right reasons. But yeah, I mean,
Glad you trusted her.
well, I mean, she did the right thing when in regards for Taurus, I think. Aside from the way that she put herself there in the beginning, apart from that, I think all of the decisions she made were the right ones. So, you know, and she certainly had regrets about that later. So yeah, we've got lots to talk about. Let's go to Daddy.
Okay, so I mean, he's very much his serious sort of kind of stone-faced self he always is, and the mostly business air about him. Although he definitely has a softer presence when he's outside of a business kind of thing like that. So, is essentially he doesn't grill you for information, but he does get engaged in conversation and want to hear what's going on. What your impression of the king was, obviously, because you'll find out he's never met him directly. He's never had an audience with him specifically. Hopes to someday.
I'm sure I can set up a meeting.
I mean, I have a feeling I will meet him at some point. I mean, I'm an appointed baron, so as this place grows and it becomes more vital to this part of the nation, I'm sure he will, at the very least, send advisors or diplomats or someone, emissaries of some kind, to speak and see what things are doing.
Yeah.
And you'll find that he's definitely has plans for the city itself. I mean, not so much wanting to make it like grow huge, but kind of capitalizing on some of the farmland around the area, sort of getting more goods. Obviously working with Elia to ensure that they don't overdo things, that the balance is still achieved. You don't want to hunt the forest to the point where there's a scarcity of animals. They don't want to overdo farmlands. It's going to encroach on important wildlife territory and everything else like that. So there's obviously a you've seen there's a little bit of a breath between the two of them. Like they've had some arguments here and there, but they seem to have settled it. So,
okay.
But other than that, a dinner with the father will pass uneventfully. Nothing major, and there's no there's no pressure for any kind of weirdness about a relationship or anything like that. Like he's not like trying to do anything. Like you don't get that thing of like, even among your people, when young couples are first getting out there, they're sort of like the well, when is it going to be official? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? There's none of that at all. Like he's more about business and more about her being happy than it is about like establishing a legacy or anything else like that. Because that's where he's
Not like he's getting an heir or anything.
I mean, not anytime soon. At least not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are ways, of course, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing is he does sort of have this, and in realizing this, you realize a lot of the questions he had about Port Oris and Delia is sort of like pointed questions of like maybe adopting an heir, adopting someone as as his children are all sort of like finding their own paths. So, although Burton is probably going to be the one who takes over the family business, but
Mhm.
the idea of being a baron in charge of things, that's a different story. Who knows? Hard
Yeah.
hard to say exactly. But he's also thinking of like, oh, maybe my son and his husband will want to adopt, and there's
Maybe.
always that aspect there. Um, so, as the dinner passes uneventfully, Lindra and Lucas kind of sightseeing, getting food, seeing what's there, relaxing around the house and away from the busy city for a while, is always nice. Athena, what is she up to in this uh, days or so before the festival, hanging out in Raven's Crest?
Just literally trying to get acquainted with the place, and her quote new home. Probably trying to find the best ale and getting
Okay.
drunk.
Best ale is at the stump, the Ragged Stump.
Mhm.
They have some very interesting ales there. They brew a lot of interesting, um, like they use a lot of the brewmaster there tends to be a little experimental. So you'll have like uh the wheat ales with um some sort of a citrus flavoring to it, or some odd mixtures of darker and lighter ales and everything else. It's you don't have just a standard, just like plain basic ale. It's always kind of odd, different experimental brews essentially. Some you will like, and some will you sort of like, I don't know about that. The most consistent just place to just um, have your straightforward ale, of course, is the Fighting Unicorn. They have ales and whiskeys and everything else like that, and sort of have a mix there, as they are just the ones like they have these ales on tap, and it's always the same ones. Um, not not outstanding, but not bad. Not it's yeah.
Right.
I would recommend that she goes to the Fighting Unicorn and checks out the Master of Games there. I think
Yes.
she'll like him.
Master of Games.
Yeah, he's a Warforged, the Master of Games. He's cool. You'll like him.
Yep.
Go check it out.
Yes. In the adjoining, so the little breeze through here, there's a little thing over to the game house. Essentially, yes, the Warforged Master of Games is there to sort of check out games, essentially, and he's mostly just sort of help with teaching games if someone wants to learn there. But there's all sorts of interesting card and dice games and kind of rudimentary board games and variations of things, and so he's very much this monotone. Here is the games you can play, and please enjoy. We ask that there's no rowdy drinking over this side of the place. If you want to do your drinking, do so over at the tavern side.
How's this? Okay.
And I doubt you've probably seen a Warforged before,
Nope.
as this is essentially think half mannequin, half robot. As there's actual organic wooden parts to like the body, but there's like metal, like almost like armor plating over top of it. Moves around very kind of mechanically. It's kind of stiff, but yes, sort of a blank face with the almost like goggle-like eyes. Not sure where the voice is coming from, as there's no lungs or breathing or anything else in this thing, but that's the mechanical voice. And please enjoy your games.
Yeah. You're a weird one, aren't you?
For these parts, yes, I am not native to these lands.
She says, banging her head on the door frame on the way in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, at the Ragged Stump, you would actually see another female Warforged there. Sorry, a female Goliath there.
What? Shut
Yeah.
up. Really? Okay. Probably gonna wander over to her after that little interaction that was baffling her brain because she cannot put the two together.
And yes, this is her. If you remember, Gina. She is accompanied by a human who's actually as tall as her, but like twice as wide. Is probably the largest human you've ever seen. Um, Actually, so a little bit shorter, maybe about a few inches shorter, but easily half again as wide. Um, the two of them obviously are together, but good old Belden, um, as they are seen mostly drinking and hanging out together. Um,
Wow. Well, hi.
well, hi yourself. I'm happy to see you. I'm and and she doesn't have the accent that you do specifically, and she does seem to speak giant, but not as easily as you do.
Mm. Giant is your second language. Got
Uh,
it.
More just I learned it from childhood, but I've been away for longer.
Oh, common is my second language.
Well, it's all where we were raised and where we spend time. Yes.
Yeah, where were you raised?
Hmm. Um, Many places, really. I was I worked caravans for a long time. I moved away when I was just young, worked on the caravans, traveling up and down the roads from southern Caravan to northern Caravan. Settled in here when a porter was needed by uh, um, a group that found themselves without anyone to work their wagons uh, in Port Oris.
Who doesn't know how to work a wagon?
There's the right way and the wrong way to load things and secure things and to lift and carry. And you, if someone doesn't know what they're doing, they can get themselves hurt or damage the cargo.
Well, yeah, but like that's my point. We were raised on how to do that the proper way from birth.
Well, not so much in the wagons. I mean, lifting things and carrying things, but to pack them the right way on the caravans, that's a different story.
So you've traveled a lot of places then, huh?
Mostly one road, north and south. Back and forth a number of times.
Ah, okay. I've started traveling recently, and I haven't met too many Goliaths on the way. Well, because the wars and whatnot.
I've heard a bit about that, but been away for long enough that it's never been affected me.
Oh, you're lucky. So what do you do here in Raven's Crest?
I work for uh, the logging industry there, the loading wagons, and I help with other projects around. There's this one over here, and a big quiet guy who's been slowly just drinking and not saying a word. We mostly are. He handles the oxen, I load the wagons.
Oh, that sounds like fun. What all do you transport?
Wood, mainly. Yes, wood. The wagons go up into the forest where the logging camps are and load up and bring things back.
Oh, is that what they master in over here?
It's the largest thing, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely the most the largest money making thing in the city.
I guess that makes sense.
Yes, and you know that there's a very large, thick
Like
forest to the
trees.
north.
Yep.
Much more forest to the south. It's sort of like on the edge of the major forest. So, farmlands off to the east and sparser trees off to the west. But yeah, the north is all forest, thick forest. Well, you should enjoy the Harvest Fest games. There's always fun things to do.
Are you going to be there?
Of course, I think everyone will be there. Yes,
All right.
this is my first Harvest Fest here, so I'm looking forward to it.
It will be mine too.
Well, we'll find
I've
some.
never been here.
Well, this is my first autumn here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you around then. I'm just looking at games and stuff.
Yep. And so yeah, they'll eventually settle into some sort of a card games. Various the cards, dice, any kind of games here are very well kept. They're not like chipped or messed up. The cards are all very clean and very kept crisp and everything else that, as if the person up there doesn't sleep and does all of his time maintaining all of the games and everything else. Beyond that, again, the place it's just sort of this mix of that. Of the places you've been, Athena, this is much larger than a village or a town, but not as big as Port Oris you were just in, obviously. So somewhere in the middle. And half the people you run into here call this place a town. A couple of the older folk or people that have been for longer still referred to as Craven's Rest, although they kind of correct themselves always. Oh no, Raven's Rest. And half of them say town, half of them say city. It's been sort of like kind of an odd thing of like, what the heck is this place? It's hard to keep it straight.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Wonder
for the
why
locals.
that is. Wonder why that is.
Well, these people showed up and just kept making the place important and
Yeah,
couldn't get the
I
name right, so there we go.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, the big dragon lady couldn't get the name right. And they went, actually, that sounds better.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
So, we'll go ahead and if there's anything else here, we'll go ahead and essentially the first day, essentially, of Harvest Fest proper is you just kind of, while you're kind of waking up, you'll already sort of hear kids running around. There's horses clomping on the cobblestone, which you're not used to hearing. You don't really hear horses coming and going all that much. There's just a different feel in the air. There's just this kind of excitement, and you guys have been here for you met here. You look at the name of this here during Needs Fest. You were here for the Spring Festival, Wealth Fest, and so now you are here for Harvest Fest. And each one has sort of felt different. And this one, as you wake up and kind of smell the crisp fall, the almost fall air, and just hearing anything else, as you look outside, you will see that yes, there's just fall colors everywhere. The trees haven't fully turned, but the decorations are all in fall colors: yellows, oranges, reds. And you see sort of like garland on a lot of the buildings and houses. Like you'll see there's little stalls over by the Fight Unicorn, out in front of Town Hall, in front of the general store, and in front of the Jeweled Flagon. All those places have sort of are setting up little stalls and booths to sell wares and to have just essentially trinkets and knickknacks and things like that. Food, drink, all it's in the process of being set there. It's not fully set up yet. But with that, you guys have your chance to explore and look around. Are there any sort of things you want to look into first, or just spend the morning relaxing?
Probably just chilling out and relaxing.
Okay.
Do we know what this is here? With the little lights?
Oh, that is the landing field for the airships.
Okay, nice.
It is a permanently kind of lit there. And actually, It wasn't there when you came in last night, but it is there now. We'll say that, yes. Where is that here? Oh, shoot. I don't have... you're very... as Serenity and their crew seem to be back wherever they were.
Cool. We need to go and see them. We need to introduce them. It's ours, but we let them use it.
Yeah. Essentially, he bankrolls the crew for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Kind of a
basically,
joint venture.
he basically pays all of their wages, so although we can probably afford to do that now.
You definitely could if you want to negotiate that deal. It's not a problem. But for the most part, yes, he doesn't overuse them. Essentially, he has like a couple of trips a year he needs them to do in terms of like taking things. And they seem to have, and you check in with them, the captain is very happy to see you. And essentially, if you put a message out there that you guys are here, they will stop by the house. Probably the captain, one moment, please, while I get... things.
Are they sticking around for the festivities?
That is the plan. Yes, we want to be here for time for fun.
Cool.
is
Oh,
a-
that's good. We'll be able to hang out together.
We've just come back from a trip to Shorehaven.
Oh,
Wanted to.
how was that?
It was fine. We definitely different feel of place than Port Oros,
Anywhere
of course.
else.
So we're
Pretty
never
much.
going back to Shorehaven.
Sure.
Nope, it's not happening.
You should change the name to Sora Haven just to piss off Granny. Andrew.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm. Need to be.
So Sterash, you'll have Sterash along with Una and Amir, both the first mate and the cook. Will be at the house there. Everyone else is off doing their own things for the moment.
Where's my
everyone
boss?
around town. I mean, he'll be around, I'm sure, but they're all running around town.
Okay.
And so, I mean, Audrey will check in. This, obviously, actually, Audrey gives Una a very big hug, and the two of them seem to have gotten closest for the most part there. But then there's So, and just for the heck, essentially, Eldon will kind of run out to the ship there. Audrey's sort of like rolling her eyes and going along with him to check in with the current mechanic there, Tajay, who's at this point sort of just doing the upkeep and maintenance of things.
That's typical Aldon, that is. He runs out to go and check on the ship, runs past all of us guys that he's just seen for the first time in ages, ran straight past us to go check on the ship.
You've been here off and on for days. He's checked in with you, so yeah. I
Still haven't
mean,
had a conversation with him.
do you really want to?
No, not now.
As long as that alarm is not going off, I think we'll be all right.
Speak to the organ grinder, not the monkey.
So, essentially, so Dirash, yes, we'll be here for the festival. We've already secured lodgings, and those who want to stay with the ship will stay with the ship, and it's a matter of making sure that everyone has a good time and some downtime, especially. We don't want anyone burning out from too much travel and too much time in the air.
Indeed.
Although I believe there's a couple at least that would spend all their time on the ship if they could.
Oh, gossip, tell me more.
Oh no, our pilot, she never leaves her post.
No.
It's hard to get her to leave the actual helm.
I thought you were
when she's
suggesting
asleep.
that there was a pairing somewhere happening.
Not really, no. I mean, he kind of looks at the husband and wife there with him. And
Obviously, they, yeah.
I mean, we tend to, we're just like, everyone seems to have their own interests in things, so it is a matter of, I don't think there's anyone really exactly compatible. I mean,
Compatible. Like that
I-
makes any difference.
I mean, Hogarth is a bit of an odd one, and he's really not seems to be have any interest in romantic entanglements. And,
And
I mean,
who-
oh, Bert, he's a and Amir just kind of shakes his head. I don't know about that guy. He's a strange cat for sure.
he's definitely a strange cat.
And then there's the upright one, eyes and ears. I mean, he's never can tell where he is until he actually speaks. And
Eyes and ears? Is he full of eyes and ears?
He's a tabaxi like me, but he's white with odd eyes, and he's beautiful.
Okay.
I'm sure he will be around.
Okay.
I'm sure he will be around. He's definitely and there's also a message that I'm already here. Don't worry. And it's just sort of a message that appears out of nowhere. You don't know where it's coming from here. And I mean, you might recognize the message, cantrip.
Now I'm just gonna blush because I've just said it is beautiful and he can hear me.
I don't care.
The feeling is mutual. Don't worry about that. And so, and yeah, it's the voice is audible to all of you. You're not sure where it's coming from exactly, but he seems to have seen and heard whatever was said.
He's everywhere.
When he wants to be, yes.
I should know better.
So sometimes he wants to. He has to shut down and not be anywhere. So.
Yeah.
But we shall see. But no, Ale never leaves the ship really. Taj's always on board, making sure everything is working. Hogarth sleeps there as well, along with Bert. And, well, Manuel, I mean, he's off. As soon as we're on the ground, he's off to find someone some place to have fun. And
I'm going to convince Isle to come and enjoy the festivities at least.
oh yeah. The kind of brown, about 6'3", 6'4", very well muscled, and just some. The only thing odd is his eyes are kind of a yellowish, like wolf eyes. As betray any Sterosh is my name, and the reason I look a bit odd to you is that I am kind of like glance of. It's not obvious to most, but I am a shifter. I have wolf-like characteristics.
Oh, that sounds like fun polymorph without actually having to cast a spell.
Not quite to that degree. I just take on more animal-like characteristics to move faster and be a little stronger.
He's telepathic like me too.
Not quite like you.
Yeah, but you can talk. You can talk to you.
Yeah.
Without
Yes. Yeah.
without
He
you
basically
touching
Yeah.
But
And
it's not like us, right? Like not.
No.
Okay.
No.
And effectively, he has a version of the message cantrip at will. So he can just kind of speak, and whoever he wants to will hear it. I think it's well in hand, but I'm sure they could use some.
Job we did too. I think.
It's been very solid, yes.
Job we did too. I think.
It's been very solid, yes. We've had been quite quite interesting and lucrative, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And fun.
of course,
Right?
of course,
Right?
absolutely.
And that's, you know,
Haven't been shot at by. So, basically, some food will be getting. So, basically, some food will be getting into the water as it's a for apples kind of thing. The shorter one is for kids and short folk. As obviously, the halflings are not going to stick their head in the full-size tub as they'll get in. And so, the smaller tub for littler folk and halflings and kids. But yeah, so you see people kind of like dunking their heads in there, rooting around there, and occasionally coming up with an apple in their mouth there, and kind of do the cheers of everybody around them. Off on the side of the Master of Games, there's a little booth there where there's some just some simple little dice games set up there and some little card games where people are just kind of putting down some coins and rolling some dice or pulling some cards, trying to win small little trinkets and prizes. And along the side, and actually kind of in the middle here, between kind of out behind where the business shop is what large like some sort of scarecrow kind of looking thing, where people are standing around there with these kind of foam like cloth ended mallets. They're kind of whacking at this statue, this big old scarecrow thing like that, and to the cheers and as little things get knocked down and pop back up again. There's at some point, Nimbus will actually, you can see the Nimbus kind of come out there and sort of shoo everyone away from there and kind of move them all back as he puts out a little platform in front of it, of a good like maybe 10 feet away, and starts calling out to people as the first person goes there, takes sort of a ball of some kind there and throws at the statue and tries to knock something off of it. But people are kind of coming and going. There's food essentially at the Fighting Unicorns that out there, drinks and food out in front of the Dual Flagon, and just what seem to be sort of like fall like souvenirs, little statuettes and some dried goods and treats and stuff out in front of the general store. But as you see in the square as you kind of head out that direction there, what seems anything catches your eye?
I'll probably try and bob for apples and then play any like strong level type game.
Okay. Well, bobbing for apples. You find out there are some rules to it. Essentially, you get 5 attempts to gather try to get an apple, essentially, and the more apples you get, the better your prize.
Oh, so it's not like one time and done. All right, sign me up, coach.
Okay, so you get there. Effectively, how this works is you're going to essentially. You have 5 rounds essentially so how this works. You need to be round two, go again.
Same thing.
Yep, another dex check.
15 again.
As you're kind of rooting around there, you realize that it's a little harder because there's every apple you take out is fewer apples that are in there to try to grab, and so you're kind of like trying to root your face around there trying to get more cheers there. Another check to see if you can grab another apple. More cheers there. Another check to see if you can grab another apple.
And this time I'm probably going to go full face in. So like
I'll kind of like feel whispering there. Oh wow, no one's gotten past 3 before. So 4th round, another dex check. DC goes.
That's a lot of breathing. One more time. It's a lot of breathing. One more time.
5. Everyone, come on, gather around. And go ahead, one more check there. And go ahead, one more check there.
Oh, lower. 11.
And so you end up like redoing there. I need to make me a Constitution save.
That one I'm better at.
Yep. But the DC is still high.
30.
You manage to like kind of root down there, and like you kind of like people are kind of like waiting, like, and you're just kind of like finally just kind of like your breath is running out. You find, only 4. Still an excellent round, everyone, and you don't come up coughing and sputtering. So how this works is it's a DC. It's a DC. It's a dex check each round, and each round increases. And if you fail the dex check, you make a con save. If you fail the con save, you're done because you're coughing and sputtering and swallowing water.
That makes sense.
So you managed to get 4, which is you are handed 4. Actually, you are handed 8 wooden. Actually, it basically says and it says Harvest Fest. Uh,
Oh, nice.
Harvest Fest '04. That's what it is. Yeah, sorry. It's 1204. Harvest Fest '04.
Wow.
Yes.
And I'll turn around, completely sopping wet with this.
Yep. So as you see, 4 wooden coins.
I might have to have a go.
Okay.
Go do it.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Yes. So it's
Although
gonna
you
be
don't have so.
yeah, it's a little harder. So and yeah, so yeah, for each round there. A new challenger, Amethyst, wondrous sorceress. No problem. You kind of just you barely get your face wet. You kind of just drink, and just the little fangs just like pierce into the apple. You pop back up again. Barely even any water in your face. Like, oh, an unfair advantage, of course. But let's see how much you can do the next round.
Unfair advantage.
Oh, the teeth, of course.
Because you've been brushing.
Oh.
Oh.
So this time, the apple you go kind of bonks off your forehead and kind of sinks in. You like kind of root in there, try to get around there, and you're kind of like trying to chase it around there. This time your face is actually underwater this time there. So I need to make make a con save.
Okie dokie. I do make con saves with advantage.
Yes. It's never con, or is it all con saves?
All con saves.
Okay, cool. That's right. Yeah, no problem. So you managed to hold your breath, no problem there. You come up there, still your face is still wet, but you can still keep going. So round 3. Dex check.
Sorry, rubbish noise, and it was making me die. I did a save, not a check. Sorry.
Fine, you still rolled a natural 20. So again, you sort of like get in there and this time, yeah, you just sort of like, as you kind of saw Athena do there, well, you kind of like just reach over and just kind of pin against the wall there and popping up again. Oh, two, excellent. All right. Round 4.
4?
Yes, you have. You got three checks so far. This is your 4th check. Oh no, this one. Okay, so again, the con save as you're kind of rooting around there, your face full of water.
Oh, I didn't do that with advantage, but
Still, that will get the 16 is a DC on this one. So yes, you come up there sputtering a bit there, but you're just sort of kind of shaking the water off your face there. Last try, last attempt.
okie dokie.
Oh no! So go ahead and make that con save last time there, CV. Like yeah. So eventually, you sort of like kind of your whole head in there. Come up there, not sputtering or anything else that, but just frustrated. There's no apple. There's no apple to get a hold of. So you manage to get 2 apples, so 2 tokens.
Oh, Bill. Because I'm assuming that you have her with you.
What?
Elia's with you, right?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she is. She probably takes long. Yeah, it's kind of the first day, so everyone's kind of like there. So, jump into play, and more apples will be gotten. Lindra's sort of like, as you kind of just for ease sake, there you kind of all together. Lindra's like, I don't want to put my face in a tub full of water. I don't know about you. Maybe later. It's still early.
No fun at all.
No. It's a block.
You can see you kind of looking off and essentially it's this large scarecrow. And because as you walk up, you realize like the kids they're doing these like wooden balls, like about the size of a pool ball essentially, and just in there. And if they hit like the hand or whatever, the hand will like snap back and kind of like almost like dangle in place there, and then it'll hit the leg, and the leg will kind of snap back. and then the head, like all the limbs have little like almost like articulated joints that when you hit them they kind of flop loose there. And then when they're all done there, Nibbles just sort of touches the thing and it all snaps back into place again. So it's
Who's
some
that
sort
guy?
of and so yes, essentially it's basically you make an attack using dex. You're just throwing. You're not proficient with it, so just consider basically making a dex check essentially to throw and hit the extremities. And you can choose which one to go for. The AC is different for each one, but basically hitting dead center in the chest is the easiest. It's only AC 12, up to hitting them in the dead center in the face there is AC 18. So you can choose which one you want to go for, and they're all worth various points. You throw until you miss.
Is it an attack?
Effectively, well, it's a dex check because you're not proficient with throwing the balls. They're kind of loppy and lumpy, not really like perfect for throwing. Otherwise, you would probably make an attack roll. But yeah, so it's just a basic attack, no proficiency with dexterity.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you can choose a target there. You want to go for essentially chest, leg, foot, arm, hand, and face. Each one is different AC.
You'll go for the face.
Okay, it's AC 18. So let's kind of, I'm just gonna put just in order. Ooh, so you go to throw, and you realize the ball is just this lump of wood that's sort of like somewhat round. It's also not exactly like you realize it's also not a perfect sphere, and it might be somewhat hollow in the middle somewhere. Because when you throw it, it sort of like wobbles a little bit and just bonks off the head and goes flying to the side there. Like, oh no, oh no. Essentially, well, you can. It's a lot like a wiffle ball, actually. Yeah, so it's kind of, but a little more solid. So let's try it. And so Willinger will just sit there. I'll try then. And just sort of like she like throws it there, and she aims for the chest and just boom. And when she hits the chest, it sort of like caves in a little bit, and the ball falls out there. Like, oh, I have 1 point, excellent. There's 1 point for you. Enjoy. Who's next? And he does. He sort of waves his little wand there. Each of the little balls on the ground there will kind of like lift up and drop into the basket, usually mage hand, and then like something on the near, and the little chest plate will pop back out into place. All right then.
What am I rolling?
It'll be a deck. Let me put down the targets there. So chest. You can choose your target. This is an order of difficulty to hit. It actually hits kind of like between the face and the chest there, just goes bonk and it falls off there. Didn't hit the target. So like the face was sort of a little like almost like a little where the jack-o'-lantern looking like eyes and face are. That sort of like seems to pop in. But yeah, the neck and upper chest, bonk, falls off there. Oh no, bonk, falls off there. Oh no.
No, I guess we're shooting.
Chest.
All right, let's go. Let's go with the chest.
Chest.
All right, let's go. Let's go with the chest.
Okay. Easiest one to hit,
Nope.
but you missed. So you just hit just next to it there, and so since you got 2 targets there, you get 2 coins. And your turn is up.
Now I have 6.
Yeah, but this actually, Evans and Lucas, while Athena's throwing there, give me a perception check. Okay, that's you're just a little lick of flame inside the eyes as it resets itself there. You feel a little bit of a chill of recognition. Kind of the limbs are kind of the spindly, stick-like limbs, and the little hands sticking outside there, and you realize, oh, wait.
We did sell that.
We gave it to Eldon.
Sure did.
Sure did. We sure did. Of course, he had his fingers in this.
Is Eldon made this happen? Is he, or is there something?
manage to nail this dead center there, and the whole like smiling jack-o'-lantern face will just collapse in on itself there, and then when it resets there, it'll kind of push back to the ball, pop back out again, and you're watching for it there, and yep, sure enough, a little orange flicker of flames inside the eyes as it resets.
Gross.
Interesting.
What's interesting?
You see its eyes. I'll point it out to Anderson.
No. I did not.
So as the next person plays and it resets there, you'll see that yes, there's definitely a very. You can see that the flicker of flame in the eyes when the scarecrow resets itself.
Right.
So you recognise the red sash as well.
I'm guessing Aldon made it, did he?
He had a hand in it.
Yeah. I bet he did.
So, in terms of your coins, essentially, out in front of the general store, you'll find that all the goods at the general store you can redeem for coins. The halfling there who runs the shop and his wife are there. We'll tell you that yes, we do redeem coins here for any of the goods you see here, and they all range from like 1 to 5 coins for like a little there's a miniature little scarecrow figure similar to the one across the way. There's a few of those out there. There's essentially it's like almost like a snow globe, but it has little like fall leaves in it, so you swirl it around there. Leaves go there. Those are each like 2 tokens each. There's little bricks of various kinds of cheese that are out there all wrapped up, and they're basically they're also 2 coins each. And then there's like little bottles full of various it says fruit juices. It's a very, very pretty little glass bottles there. Those are 4 coins each. And so eventually, and there's just other little things there. There's little fall trinkets and stuff that you can find there, along with the cheese and juices. But then we'll tell you, there are also other vendors out on the practice grounds out there that have been set up that sell other things, and you can definitely redeem things there as well. If there's nothing here that you want. But I hope you enjoy the festival, everyone.
You too.
Of course. Always good. Always when the neighbors are back in town.
Thanks.
So out at the grounds here, there is an archery thing set up, and along and just outside on the grass out here is it's very well, like it's one section of grass. It's all like very cut, very, very short and well maintained there, where they're basically tossing out like a wooden ball or a small wooden white ball and then throwing other balls as they're playing lawn bowling. But yeah, there's different games out there to play as well. There's the archery targets inside here, and the lawn bowling outside. Just other games to play, and there's people. There's lines for each one of them to play, and you can kind of see the gist of it. The archery, there's 3 posts near far, and there, and there's these like to be like twine balls, like balls of twine there, and they have a red dot drawn on the middle of each ball there, and they're set up on these wooden posts. And there's a close one, a medium, and a far one. And as they line up with the little short bows that they are provided, they try to shoot there. If they hit the ball and knock it off the post, they get it's basically 1 point for hitting the close one, 2 points if you hit it and stick it in the red dot, or 3 and 4 for the middle, or 4 and 5, or 3, 4 for the middle, and 5, 6 for the far one. So definitely, and you get 3 shots. That's how that works.
I'll have a go
Not
at the
very
archery then.
Okay. It is a short bow. They do hand you the bow and arrows themselves. There can't be cheating and using your own now. Because so it's a normal basic wooden short bow. So you're proficient. You do get your proficiency. Hitting the close one is just hitting the ball is AC 12. Hitting the center is 17. It's 15, 20, and the far one, which is at kind of it's about almost 40 feet, about 30, about 40 feet away, is 18 to hit it, 23 to actually nail the thing there. And you notice they're just basic arrows, so you're hitting a ball of twine, having to stick in the middle of the ball of twine. So effectively, you don't have to call your shot. Essentially, you can shoot at any target you want there, and it's essentially if you get 5 over the AC, you actually get the you'll stick it essentially. So you're not having to call your so essentially you get three shots, and so you can basically shoot at all three. Shoot at the close ones you hit, whichever you want to do.
Okay, yeah.
So, short bow proficiency and dex. So,
Yeah.
you shoot the close one first, or want to shoot the far one first? What do you want to do?
I'll go for the middle one.
Okay, cool. So AC 15, a 20, you get the whole thing.
Actually, I can use my bow and just take one off the attack.
Sure, that works too. Yeah,
It's only a +1. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice. Yep. You line up with the shot there, and it just sticks right into the dead center of the ball of twine there. It goes flying off there, the arrow trailing on there, and lands on there. Oh, 4 points. Excellent, excellent. 2 more shots, sir. 2 more shots. The close one or the far one?
I'll go for the far one.
Okay. Same thing. Make that shot. Oh, outstanding! You just nail it right there. And this one doesn't go flopping. It just goes straight into it and just flies back and goes kind of skittering back until it bumps against the fence over here. Solid shot. Excellent shot, sir. All right. 6 points. Well, 1 ball left. This should be easy for you.
So I roll the 1 again.
Yep. Of course.
Oh no, not bad.
Excellent. So you nail all 3. So you get 2, 6, 12 points for this. 12 coins are handed out to you. Left side there. Excellent. First person of the day to hit all 3 targets and nail them successfully. Yeah. People are kind of cheering. Oh my gosh, wow. And so handed a stack of 12 coins. Definitely is the potentially the highest point value here. All right. So and this Elliot pulls the other side there, do some lawn bowling, and it's just a fun little thing. We won't go through all the rules, but essentially the idea is you throw the little white ball out there, and then it's bocce ball. If you've ever played that there, or maybe you try to get closest to it without hitting it. And just go ahead and just roll me a d20, just a straight up d20 to see how. We'll go for all the marbles on one. Elliot will do the same. Ooh, nice. Okay. So effectively, yeah, you will walk away with the decent rolls you get there. She will walk away with with 3 coins, and you'll walk away with 4. So a total of
Nice.
7 coins between the 2 of you. As other people are in there. Is that yeah? So you can keep track there. She will hand you her coins, and so you keep them together. So essentially, so you can keep track of your coins you've got there now. And effectively, out here, what you'll find, a lot of the booths that are out here, some of them are selling some are selling some jerky. Some are selling some little fur like pouches, or little fur like little just a little sack of furs you can kind of pick from there, and no clothing or anything else. Just sort of like the kind of the some of the hunters have set up there. Have the little fur with things you can set things on, um, uh, or jerky, or some little wood carvings that are made of various animals, kind of native animal type things. There's some deer, there's some dog or wolves, um, birds and stuff. Just pretty well made wood carvings and stuff. Um, and pretty much all the things out here are 3 coins each. They kind of keep it pretty standard there. There's one person selling little wood mugs to put cider, and those ones are actually 5 coins, but that's it's three for the mug, 2 for the cider, literally. Um, and you can bring back your mug for more cider if you want for just 2 coins. um, you can refill it for 2 coins all day long there. And they have the hard cider and the normal cider for the kids. So, or those that don't want the so they have like 2 big barrels set up there behind them. And so obviously you guys can spend the day essentially just and the whole time there's people and kids. Amethyst, you guys will be able to hop on the hay cart. And ride up and down this. Essentially, you embark on the hay cart in the south. They ride you up to the front, up to the top, and then ride you back again. Essentially, and you can play in the leaves or just sit on the hay or whatever else. And so the whole way up and down, people sort of wave and just it's just a fun time of just like watching everyone do things. So, as the first day comes to a close, as the sun starts to go down, obviously the games are being packed up. Most of the booths are being packed up as well. As the party sort of all the ones out in the fairgrounds are sort of packed up, and they put blankets and tarps and cloaks and stuff over top of the stuff there, just to kind of put it out of the way. The food stuff is packed up and brought inside, but everything else sort of just packed, just covered up and left. Everyone sort of converges in the middle where some musicians will set up there. Lucas, you kind of see these scenes. It's kind of the town musicians that aren't terrible, but everybody knows who they are. You play with them a little bit here and there, but they've gotten better. They seem to have played a number of times, so they've been practicing a bit. So they have a lot of like rousing renditions of local favorites and everything. Lanterns are set up all over the square to light it all up there as in the later evenings the kids are put to bed and everyone else kind of comes out to enjoy a lot of alcohol and food and the bobbing for apples is done because they don't want to have a bunch of drunk people bobbing for apples. But they do bring out they cart the kegs full of cider back up where the apples were, and set up there for people to get more drinks and everything. And they actually have cider for sale for coin if you don't want to spend your wooden coins on it. They want to do some other things here, but essentially the party will go on through most of the evening. The first day being seemingly very, very successful, and everyone having lots of fun. Anything you guys want to do specifically during the evening festivities?
Lucas would have got a couple of mugs with these 12 coins, and then obviously a few refills during the night.
Excellent. Yep. Yes, everyone, your prowess with the short bow is definitely touted there. As very few people are hitting all three, hitting solid on all 3 targets. The only other person that can boast that claim is Riley, actually, who did it there, kind of showing up the rest of the guard doing it. That she's quite the archer herself. Complained about using a short bow instead of a long bow, but still managed to hit all 3 targets solidly. a few of the guard managed to hit 2 or 3, and some of the other, and one of the hunters managed to hit all 3, but only 2 of them solid. So definitely you are among elite company there in terms of those that managed to nail all 3 targets. So the word is spread. Master of Games will set up various. They'll have tables set up there for people to play cards and dice. There's lanterns hung up there for people to play basic party style games. So one of them being a rousing drinking game where certain dice rolls make everybody drink, or the person who rolls a dice drink, or they choose somebody else to drink, and it turns into a pretty loud, raucous thing there pretty quickly.
It's worth even that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think it's what ends up. You have a bit of a bad run is that someone gets a dice and they realize that, hey, this person can handle it, and so pretty much they all give the drinks to you, like for like 4 rounds in a row, and you get sort of stuck with the with the title there. As eventually the dice turn and you're able to kind of start doling the drinks back out again, but you're feeling a bit there. I mean, you weather it like a champ, of course, but it's a little more than you have had to drink in a short amount of time there in a while. But other than
Okay,
of course, drinking
every
game.
time they hand me a drink, I heal 4d4 plus 4.
So,
Wait, hold on. Are they handing it to me? Can I pour it in my own cup?
Basically, you all have your own cups of drink there, and so essentially
And I'm
your
not
own.
drunk at all because
Sure, that's
the
fine.
the
If you're good
taker
at cheat, of course, yes.
No, I wouldn't do that. The whole point of it was to get drunk. Why would I do that?
It's fine. It's fine.
Yes. Also, I got a scarecrow thing and and a couple of things of cheeses.
Nice. Yes. They're some of the best cheese you've ever eaten. You like you probably just unwrap them and munch them. Kind of each one's like wrapped in little like paper and stuff. They're all really good. They're locally made, in fact.
I love cheese.
Yes.
Cheese, I love.
She's being lactose intolerant.
Yes.
Tina's not lactose intolerant. Is she? I'm pretty sure she's not.
Probably not. I can't imagine a Goliath being lactose intolerant. That'd be hilarious. But again, it's just a merry time. All people that you know, everyone who you know from town is going to be here, obviously saying hi. You see a bunch of the number of the crew, kind of mingling with the crowd and moving around there. People seem to know who they are because they become sort of a regular kind of like it's sort of like seen here quite a bit in town. So they're all known. Amethyst, at one point, you feel a bump on your shin and see Bert sort of like kind of rubbing past you there, kind of looking up at you. You hear a little voice in your head there. Are you behaving yourself?
Of course not. Are you?
As much as I wish to. He seems to have been maybe drinking something.
Right, okay.
He's kind of like wobbles a little bit on his feet there and kind of goes bounding off and into the bushes at one point after chasing after something or other.
That's awesome.
Hogor kind of walking up. Bert, where are you?
He's enjoying himself. Let him go.
Oh, Amethyst.
Hi.
Good to see you. It's really good. And you can see he's like just kind of slurring his something there. Was there 2 of you? Was that? Oh no, that was right. Hi.
It's time for your friend to go to bed.
He's okay. He's alright, aren't you, Hogarth?
I'm just fine. It's great. I'm having a good old time. You too, I hope. And he goes kind of, he just like stumbles off there. Now, where was the inn? As he's walking this way, away, like with his back to the fighting unicorn, like walking off in the wrong direction.
I will turn him around and point him in the right direction.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. You're better than Bert at that.
That'll be
He goes,
fun.
stumbling off there, bumping into the door, and having to realizing he has to pull and has to go.
I'm sure they'll get him some water.
Yeah, he's taking care of it. You'll see actually, Amir will actually walk up there and I got him. Don't worry. Kind of wanders in there,
Oh,
and gets- brings him in, goes inside with him. Um, things are very very fun on the first night here, and give me perception checks, the three of you, just to kind of see who spots what here, real quick.
nope.
Okay, that's actually kind of perfect. Okay, cool. Amethyst, again, you're just distracted by everything, and especially Elia, the distraction there.
Yeah.
You will actually, part of the reason why you don't spot anything is that Elia spots her brother and the mayor, of course, walking along hand in hand, and they come up and talk to you, and oh, it's good to see you. Oh, very good to see you. Oh, hugs all around. Where else that? And the mayor's had a little bit to drink, but not. He's exploring a little bit, but not much. Leaning a little bit heavier on Bart than normal. So, but it's all good there. So you're really having a good time there. Athena, you will spot the who you got who you'll spot Riley, who you met at one point there, who's Elia's sister, who's the captain of the guard. Essentially, she's the head of the guard. Goes up and kind of no nonsense business like she seems to not be drinking or else doesn't seem to be drinking. Goes up and talks to a dwarven man, kind of like talking to him quietly there. Lucas, you'll spot the same thing. But what you don't see is there's a guardsman kind of out in front of the mayor's place here. You recognize the Minister of Defense there, the dwarven former captain of the guard there, is talking to Riley, and there's another guard standing off to the side, sort of looking around, and you catch a little bit that you kind of like are able to kind of say, yeah. We'll just say you can kind of pick up enough of the conversation there to realize that Riley's reporting that a body has been found.
Not again.
Oh, what?
A body.
It's been found.
Oh,
This is
So-
why it was people watching the entire time you guys were at the croquet thingy.
So there's obviously kind of discussion. They don't like they're not freaking out, but like Riley's just like, the body's been found. So obviously you hear enough to pick up that much at least that they're talking about. Checking on it at all, or just gonna just see what happens?
We definitely need to check it out.
Well, you have no clue what's happening.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna float over there because I saw her talking to a dwarf and I wanted to talk to a dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go over.
Is it Duncorn?
Yeah, the card.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. And so, as Athena approaches, kind of, Lucas, you up there, and you catch a bit of the conversation, a bit of the tail end of the conversation. You saw a little more what was happening, or caught a little bit of the wind of the conversation there. You get close enough to hear that body was found north of. Outside the wall, just north of the east gate, slashed up, looks to be claws of some kind, large, nasty-looking claw marks across the chest.
And
And
that's how it all started.
Athena has no clue.
No.
As you approach there, Duncorn notices you walking up and looks at Riley, looks up at you. Matter of the guard right now. What can I? And Lucas glanced over and sees you over there too. Oh, right. She's with you. That's right. Riley, you want to tell them, and he'll tell you that yes, one of the just one of the local laborers. Just north of the gate outside. It was found kind of off in the just right around just about maybe 20 yards north of the gate there outside the wall. Um, uh, just a big gash across the chest. Um, and she's like, it looks. I'm not gonna lie, it looks a lot like the claw marks that those Slod made way back when.
What's a slod?
The creatures we've met before.
I mean,
Was there any,
I
was there
haven't
any
seen him
tracks?
in. We didn't. We're just reporting in now. They're starting. It's dark out there. We're starting to bring the lights out there. We didn't want to spend. We didn't want to alert too much what's going on, kind of freaking people out. So we're having some of our trackers go and look at it real quickly here. But if you want to look at it too, just try to let the townsfolk know what's going on. We don't want any kind of a panic. Don't see any. We've got people watching the walls. The guard towers are manned and they're watching closely, but don't know what it was.
We can go out and take a look.
Okay.
Introduce Athena to Duncorn
Yes.
while we're here. Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're with the new one with the ones the hero group. Excellent. Good to have more strong fighters amongst the mix. So obviously, he's looking at your axe and you're just you're muffled.
I will reply to him in Dwarven that it's nice to meet him, and that hopefully after this is all settled, he and I can have a conversation.
Excellent. I'll reply back in Dwarven. Huh. Good to see someone with size and knowledge of our people. So good.
I
Yeah.
hung out with the dwarves in the southern outpost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Around Silverwell.
Around
Yes.
Silverwell.
I know of the place. Haven't been there myself, but I definitely know of the importance of that place there. So excellent. Well, good to see you, and hope you can get with you. Hope you can get to the bottom of this and not alert anyone and find out if there's any problem there. We want to be on high alert, but not panic the whole town
Yes.
in the process.
Yeah.
So,
My lips are sealed.
can I grab Amethyst or anyone else on the way out, or?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go and tell Amethyst, yeah.
Telepathically.
Oh yeah, you can. Right. So Amethyst, you get a telepathic thing from Athena that a body's been found outside the gate. We go check it out.
Are you coming with us? Like, you don't have to come, but are you coming with us?
Yeah, definitely. When did you learn to do that?
This little bracelet thing.
That's not how that works.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I don't have that ability, Jim.
I thought you did. Okay, never mind. I couldn't remember which psychic things you had. Okay, never mind. Anyway, we'll say.
I have the psychic ability to jump really high in the air.
Yes, you have the
Smash people in the
telekinetic
face.
abilities. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, we'll kind of with that, we'll go ahead and take ourselves a break as the three of you. We'll just say ask about running around doing something crazy and we'll just he managed to get himself a little bit too drunk and he's kind of passed out over by the games tables. And we'll leave it at that. So the three of you head out the gate there, and for that, we'll go ahead and take ourselves a break. We'll be back in a few minutes to see what happens next. And welcome back. We're trying out some sound issues here to make sure there wasn't anything going on with my possessed mic or something, but for some reason, the demonic spirits have taken over my voice and making some weird sounds. Let's see if it's still doing it or not. How's
The
it sound out
Wi-Fi
there, folks?
system,
Jim,
apparently.
it's all of us.
Nope, it's still there, Jim.
Wow. Something's going on there. It's picking up
Mm-hmm.
it's picking up some voices from someplace.
Mm-hmm.
Did it happen to you guys too?
I don't think it happens the whole video, I believe, from last week. Let me see if it's still happening while we're talking. Nope, it's just you.
Only when I talk, somehow it's picking up an extra voice.
You've been possessed by demons.
Maybe, I don't know.
Stop it.
You don't need to get all naughty.
I mean, it's very fun, yes.
All right, so what do you want to do?
No idea.
Okay.
I mean,
I have an idea.
okay.
We can stop the recording for today and then just record it and see if I'm getting a recording issue. And then we'll know if it's my end with OBS and YouTube or if it's just your end.
I'm not doing anything that I've ever done. Like that's
I
the
know.
exact setup I always do.
I haven't done anything different either, so I don't know.
Well, we know OBS updates can screw everything, so it's
Yep. Yep.
'cause I literally heard nothing on my end.
Um,
I mean, I even turned the PC off right now, so
mhm. No, I
there
don't.
was no background noise at all in my space.
No. What I'm hearing, it could just be OBS connecting into YouTube. Hmm.
I'm gonna turn off everything else besides Discord using my microphone currently.
It does sound like it's happening on everyone, though, not just Jim.
Yeah, I'm hearing it now. Now that Jim's not talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still picking up something from somewhere. So there's some voice it's getting from someplace.
Mm-hmm.
You've got nothing playing slow motion or anything in the background on OBS, Diana?
Mm-mm. Nothing's playing in the background at all.
Any background apps at all of any kind? Any kind of
Hold on, I'm hearing echoes because I'm still listening to YouTube. No, I'm not. There's nothing going on in the background that shouldn't be. Like we have YouTube running in the background, Discord, and I have the map.
weird?
I wonder if it's.
Maybe it's Nan's been possessed by demons.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. Because even the YouTube video for me, like while it's recording, is muted.
If Dan's computer is possessed by demons.
100%. Playback speed is normal.
Yeah, it sounds like it's doing like a delayed echo of some kind, but super slow.
I wouldn't even know where to begin to fix it.
Neither do I.
Short of, we can cancel the live stream, finish out the rest of the session with just a regular recording, and see if it's just from the live stream.
Try it and see.
Yep. All right, let's try that. End the stream. End it.